Hey guys, this is part one of the midterm exam review. Let's go ahead and get started with the first problem. Number one says, write an equation in slope-intercept form of a line with a slope of -4 that passes through the point -1, 3. So if we're writing an equation in slope-intercept form, remember that equation is in the form of y equals mx plus b. So we need to end with an equation in this form, and we can do that by two ways. We can use this equation or use the other equation, the point slope, which is y minus y1 equal to m times x minus x1. It doesn't matter which you use, both will give you the same equation, it's just your preference. Now to write the equation, we need to substitute what we're given. Well, we're given that we have a slope of -4, so that's our m. And we are also given the point -1, 3. In that point, we have an x value and a y value, so we'll use that when substituting into our equation. So let's look at the slope-intercept equation first. I know my slope, which is -4. I know an x value, which is -1, and I know a y value, that is 3. And I'm left with b, so I need to solve for b. Well, I just need to solve this simple equation. So 3 is equal to 4 plus b. Subtract 4 from both sides, and you're going to get b equal to -1. So then we just write our final equation, y equal to m, but our m is -4, so -4 x, then our b, so -1. Now you can also use the other equation, the y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Again, you're just substituting in what you know. So we have y minus y1, which was 3, equal to m times x minus x1, which was -1. So that gives us y minus 3 is equal to m times x minus x plus 1, and I forgot, we know what m is. M is -4. So I just need to distribute that -4. So I have y minus 3 is equal to -4x minus 4. And then add 3 to both sides, so I have y is equal to -4x minus 1. For number 2, we have an inequality solve. We have -3x plus 5 is less than -13. I have to solve the inequality for x. Remember, when we're doing these, we are undoing what is happening to x in reverse order of operations. So that means I need to subtract 5 from both sides. 5's on the left cancel out. And I have -3x is less than -18. Then I just need to divide by -3 on both sides. -3's on the left cancel out, and I have x. And since we divided by a negative number, we need to flip the sign from a less than to a greater than. So I have x is greater than -18 divided by -3, which is 6. So x is greater than 6 is my final answer. Number 3 says, in graphing a linear inequality, -2x plus y is less than or equal to -6, would you use a solid or dotted line as the boundary of the graph? So this is asking us, when we would graph this, what kind of line would we use? Well, remember, to figure that out, we look at the symbol. So I look at my less than or equal to. And since we have an equal to, our line is part of our solution. So to show that, we use a solid line. Number 4, we have to complete the given table. We have a row of x values and two expressions. And you're going to have to use your x values and substitute them into the expressions. And whenever you do that, you can use your calculator or you can do it by hand. You will get, whenever x is -2, you will get -4 and -4, 0 and 0, -12, -12, -40, and -40. In part B of this question asks, do the algebraic expressions appear to be equivalent? To do that, we'll take a look at the table. Notice that for each x value, the expressions produce the same answer, the same value. For example, in 0, each expression was equal to 0. In 4, each expression is equal to -40. Because we see this and we don't see any differences, they do appear to be equivalent. So, yes, they do appear to be equivalent. Number 5 says the average speed of the first winner of the Indianapolis 500 in 1911 was 74.602 miles per hour. In 2006, the winner's average speed was 157.085 miles per hour. Find the average rate of change per year in the speed of the winning car over this period of time. So we're asked to find the rate of change of the speed over a period of time. So the speed over the period of time. And remember, rate of change is the same as slope. So we need to find the slope, more or less, of the information that's given. Well, we are given a couple points. We were given a year and a speed. So we have 1911 and 74.602. And we were also given another point, another year, and another speed, which was 2006 and 157.85. So we have 2 points, and we need to find the rate of change, or the slope, between these 2 points. And remember, we do that by using our slope formula. M is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So since we have 2 points, I can make 1911 x1, 74.602 y1, 2006 x2, and 157.85 y2. And all I have to do is substitute those into the formula I have. So I'll take 157.085 over, minus 74.602. And that will all be over 2006 minus 1911, which is equal to 82.483 over 95. And whenever you type that in your calculator, you will get 0.868 miles per hour. So the rate of change per year was 0.868 miles per hour. Number 6, we were finding the slope of the line through -3, -4, -7, and -4. So again, we're finding the slope between 2 points. So we're going to use the same formula as above, the y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So let's use -3 as x1, -4 as y1, -7 as x2, and -4 as y2. So that gives me our slope equal to -4 minus -4 over -7 minus -3. Do a little simplifying. I get negative 4 plus 4 over negative 7 plus 3, giving me 0 over negative 4. And we know 0 divided by anything is 0, so my slope between those 2 points is 0. Number 7, we have a clown that is holding 7 red balloons, 5 yellow balloons, 3 blue balloons, and 5 green balloons, each on a long string. If you grab one of the strings at random, what is the probability that you'll grab a green balloon? So remember, when we're finding probability, in this case, it's what we want to grab, so the green, over what we could grab, which is all of the balloons. So we want to grab the green, and there are 5 green. So we have 5 over the total amount of balloons we could grab. So 7 plus 5 plus 3 plus 5 is 20, so we have 5 over 20. So the probability of grabbing a green balloon is 1/4 or 0.25 or 25%. So there's a 25% chance we're going to grab a green balloon. In 8 and 9, we're going to use this table, which shows the average snowfall during 5 consecutive Decembers in a small Midwest town. So we have the 1st December and its snowfall, the 2nd December and its snowfall, and so on and so forth. We're going to use our graphing calculator to find out the equation of the line of best fit. So to do this, you're going to have to enter in this data into your calculator. And remember, to do that, you have to go into your list, and to find that, you hit the stat button and then enter to edit the list, and you type in the December, the months of December for X, and then the snowfall for the Y values. Once you do that, you hit stat, go to the calculate menu, down to the linear regression, and it gives you your slope and your y-intercept. And in this case, it is, you get the equation rather, negative y equals negative 1.14 x plus 13.17. Number 9 says, predict how much snow the town will get during the 6th consecutive December if the current pattern continues. So we're going to use our equation to do this. Well, since x was a December, we can use x equals 6 in our equation and find our snowfall in inches, the y value. So I'll take my equation, y equals negative 1.14 x plus 13.7, but instead of using x, I'll use 6, and then plus my 13.17, and that'll give me my y value, my snowfall in inches, which is 6.33. So in the 6th consecutive December, you'll have 6.33 inches of snow. Number 11, we're identifying the slope and the y-intercept of the line with the equation negative 2y plus 6x equals negative 10. Well, if we want to find the slope and the y-intercept of the line, the easiest way to do that is to put this equation into slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. So we just need to solve for y. Well, that means I need to get everything away from y, and I'll do that by first subtracting 6x from both sides. 6x's on the left cancel out. I'm left negative 2y, and since I cannot subtract negative 10 and negative 6x, I just rewrite it as negative 6x minus 10. And my last step is to divide by 2. So I will divide everything by the negative 2. I have y is equal to negative 6x divided by negative 2 is 3x, and negative 10 divided by negative 2 is plus 5. And remember, in our slope-intercept equation, m is my slope, and b is my y-intercept. So In this case, m is equal to 3, and b is equal to 5. If a hot air balloon is ascending at a rate of 30 feet per minute, how high will it be after 4.5 minutes? So here we are given a rate. So we're given 30 feet per minute. Per 1 minute to be exact. And we want to know if it uses that rate, how high it will be after 4.5 minutes. Well, to do that, we're going to use a proportion to solve. So since my time is in the denominator, the bottom of my fraction, in my first fraction, I will put the 4.5 minutes in the denominator. And I don't know how far I will be, how high I will be up, so I will have x on the top. To solve proportion, we cross multiply. So we'll take 30 times 4.5, which is 135, and then x times 1, which is just x. So it will be 135 feet in the air. For number 16, we need to graph the line with the equation y equals 1/2 x minus 1. This equation is given to us in slope-intercept form, so we can get our slope and our y-intercept. Our slope, m, is the number multiplying x, so 1/2. And our y-intercept, b, is whatever is getting added or subtracted onto the x term, so the -1. So my y-intercept is -1, also known as our starting point. So we start at -1. So we have a point at -1. And I have a slope of 1/2. Since 1/2 is positive, I will have a line that is going uphill. My rise over run is 1/2. So I have a point up 1/2. Up 1/2. Up 1/2. Or I could have gone down 1 and 2 to the left. Down 1 and 2 to the left. And now to finish that up, I just need to draw a line to connect all my points. And since this line goes forever, I can put an arrow at the beginning and the end. Number 17, I need to solve the equation x plus 2 over 2 equals x over 3. Here's another proportion, and so to solve this, we can cross multiply. So I can take x plus 2 times 3, and I'll have x times 2, or 2x. Well, to find out what 3 times the quantity of x plus 2 is, I need to distribute, so 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 2 is 6, so I have 3x plus 6 is equal to 2x. I need variables on both sides, so I want to get them on one side. So to do that, I will subtract 3x from both sides. Three x's on the left cancel out, so I have 6 is equal to -x. Divide by -1. And I get x is equal to -6. Number 18 says Susie is running in her first stair climbing race. She has already climbed 23 steps and is progressing at a rate of 35 steps per minute. Write an equation that describes the total number of steps, s, that she has climbed in her race m minutes from now. So I have to write an equation for how many steps Susie has. So she has already climbed 23 steps, so I know she will have that. And then she is increasing, so plus 35 steps per minute. So I can take, 35. I wrote 33. So 35 times the number of minutes, so m, and that'll be equal to s. So my equation is 23 plus 35m is equal to s. For number 19, we have to find the slope of the line graphed at the right. To do that, I just need to find the rise over the run of my line. So I need to find where my line crosses 2 points, 2 nice grid lines. So it does it, or appears to do it here and here. So I need to find my rise over my run. Well, I have to rise 2 to get to the next point, and I have to run 3 to get to the point. So my slope is 2 over 3. Kaylee has $19 to spend at the fair. There is a $5 entrance fee, and each ride costs $2. Write and solve an inequality to determine how many rides she can go on. Well, we know that she automatically needs to pay $5. So that's what she's going to start with. Then she's going to pay another $2 for each ride. So that'll be 2 times R. And we know she has $19 to spend. Well, she can't spend more than that $19 because that's all she has. So we know she has to spend either less than $19 or $19. So we have 5 plus 2R is less than or equal to 19. Now I just need to solve this inequality for R. Subtract 5 from both sides. I have 2R is less than or equal to 14. Finish it up by dividing by 2. I have R is less than or equal to 14 over 2, which is 7. So she can ride on 7 or less rides. Notice I did not flip the sign because we were not dividing by a negative. So your answer is just R is less than or equal to 7. Number 21, we need to simplify the expression negative 2 times the quantity of 3x minus 4 plus 2 times the quantity of 1 minus x. So to start this off, I'm going to have to use the distributive property. I'm going to have to multiply negative 2 times 3x, which is negative 6x. Then I have to multiply by negative 2 by all of negative 4. Remember, you have to include that sign in there. So negative 2 by all of negative 4, which is positive 8. Now I need to distribute the 2. So 2 times 1, which is 2. Then 2 times negative x, which is negative 2x. Now at this point in time, I just need to combine my like terms. So I have a negative 6x and a negative 2x, which gives me negative 8x. Then I have my constants, 8 and 2, so plus 10. So negative 8x plus 10 is the simplified version of the expression. So that concludes part 1 of the midterm review. We'll see you tomorrow for part 2.